Welcome back to Fifth Gear. Right, let's get straight over to the consumer desk where we'll find Mr. Tim Shaw.
Thank you, Tom. Now, this is unfortunately my last chance to stick up for the motorist and vent my spleen. Take a look at this.
A recent survey has revealed that garage labour costs are now more expensive than ever. On average, garages are now charging £100 an hour. A main dealer in London actually charges nearly £200 an hour. That's more expensive than a barrister.
So, can you live without those main dealers? One quoted as £513 to service a 5-year-old BMW Z4. And I want to see if you can do it yourself for a lot less. I'll do exactly the same tasks as an official dealer, while our independent mechanic Nick will judge whether my service is up to scratch. Let the service begin. You wouldn't believe how easy some of the official service jobs are.
Like checking the interior light. And yes, that worked perfectly, Nick.
Other things are more complex, but still not really a problem if you're handy with a spanner. Anyone can change a spark plug, and it's particularly satisfying if you buy your parts wisely.
Now, a set of spark plugs for this car from a local main dealer is £49. So I took a trip to my local car parts shop, came up with these. 41 quid. So that's a handy saving of 8 quid straight away. Actually, Jeremy Clarkson's car we're working on here. I'm just wondering if we should get some sand and put it in the tank.
Next up on the list of official jobs is an oil change. Nothing to fear here, as long as your drip tray's big enough.
If you're going to do it as well, it's probably to do it on your neighbour's drive, so you can munch their tarmac.
Then it's simply in with a new oil filter and new oil. Next was a new air filter, then a check of the brakes for wear and tear.
I can feel that pad's fine in there.
I was racing through the service, although the next job sounded more complex, checking the suspension bushes, but it's not. You just need to feel for excess movement and worn rubber. The problem would come if I had to change them, because it's quite a tricky job, but luckily these ones are okay.
Then we come to the pièce de résistance. Now, most people have put off doing their own service on a car because they think you need an expensive laptop or some fancy piece of kit like that. It's not always the case. Yes, when you take your car to a main dealer, they do have a special diagnostic computer to speak to your car's brain, but you can buy one similar, as we did, from a catalogue shop for as little as £99.
You simply plug it in and it scans the car for any faults that aren't apparent to the naked eye. If there's a problem, an error code shows up.
I think that's sorted. Let's see if Nick's impressed with my handiwork.
It had taken 4 hours and £105.73 on parts. About a 300 quid saving on the average dealer cost.
I reckon I've done all right.
But was my work up to a dealer standard?
Yeah, OK. I'd say you've done a pretty good job, yeah.
Should we see if she starts?
Yeah, moment of truth time.
Come on then, start her up.
Hey.
That means I can reward the car by switching off its service indicator. This box of tricks cost me 88 quid and lets me reset the countdown to the next service. Simple as that. Of course, the savings may only be in the short term. Without a set of dealer stamps in the service book, cars like this can be worth up to 15% less. But that's not going to put me off, because doing your own service is just so rewarding.
And the other thing is, if the dealers suss that we're actually doing it ourselves, they might just bring their prices down to try and get us to come back in through their front doors.